Okay, it's Tuesday, September 19th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with a 2 down. It almost looks like a hammer bar back to the upside, and it kind of fulfills a lot of price action principles that I like to focus on anyway. So in other words, the key thing, as we've been discussing, is how are we going to handle these two inside weekly bars? Are we going to break out and continue, or are we going to break out and fail? And going into tomorrow, we have the potential for a failure, it looks like, based on the fact that we certainly try to break out and head a lot lower. You'll notice when I go over the 15-minute chart in a second, we came down early in the session right to our target, which was this next target, took that out, and by the end of the session, we closed all the way back up, almost inside of this big, range. So if we can get a 2 up tomorrow, and I know it's Federal Reserve Day, so we'll see, kind of how that affects things. But that could be the start of coming all the way back through the range. On the weekly chart, we're very close to setting this weekly chart back to green if we get above the weekly open on Monday. And, it's just this thing where we're kind of monitoring very closely if we're going to break out strongly from these two inside bars, or break out and fail and go the other way. So anything's still possible tomorrow, but for the moment, it looks like this could be a breakout failure. And if we look at the price action, this is classic price action, the way I kind of view it. If you look at it, first bar kind of neutral near the bottom of yesterday's range. You're kind of anticipating, you're below the midpoint of the prior day, and you're near the bottom of the pre-market lows. So, there's no buy signal above the, intraday high, the pre-market highs and above the midpoint of yesterday. Then you get the big red bar down on bar 2. So there's your sell signal right there. Maybe early bar 3, and you get classic 1 push down, pause, 2nd push down, right to your target. So there's your morning trade. And again, that's why I'm always generally, once I get in a trade in the morning, I'm generally and if I didn't particularly trade the SPY today, but if I would have, I could see myself getting out here somewhere even on this push down and not even worrying about these two moves. So it was just a nice enough gain where it gave you all kinds of opportunities. If you felt strongly about the breakout, then, I would have, held on and maybe allowed it to make 1 push down, and when I saw that reversal bar, get out. But a very nice trade in the morning. And then, as I've seen happen so many times, these morning trades just end up, for the rest of after 2 pushes, they end up doing whatever they do. Either they kind of just hold in this area, don't go much lower, or you get a big reversal like this. So again, was I expecting this kind of major reversal? No, but since I watched 15 minutes after this reversal come up 1, 2, 3, 4, all of a sudden, you sense that you're not making an orderly push just to take out stops and continue lower. And again, knowing that we're in the potential range here on the weekly chart that could be failing, not surprising that once you saw the strength coming off the bottom, that maybe we're going to fail. And you didn't have to certainly buy this here, but you can kind of know going into tomorrow, as long as we hold the midpoint of today and start up, that there's a potential reversal in play. And we'll see how that goes tomorrow, even though it's Federal Reserve Day. And there'll be some volatility around the announcement, but we'll see what happens. And then we'll especially see what happens, Thursday and Friday. So anyway, that was today. Very clear trading early on to get short. Classic morning move for nice profits, and a classic you don't do anything after that. And then after the 2 pushes, and then, as it so happens, we end up with a potential reversal day and a 2-up signal into tomorrow. And the 2-up signal does coincide with a failure of the breakout of the range. So that's even, that's another exciting element to try to go long should it develop in the morning. So we'll see what happens. And, again, if it starts up, then we are expecting it to go back to the top of the range until proven otherwise. So we will see what develops tomorrow. And again, the failure, if we start up and we can't really begin to reach our target up here, which is the high on Monday, and we come back down through the halfway point of that bar, maybe we kind of just pause in here and then eventually continue the breakout. So we'll know that, again, if we fail to go up and then come right back to the midpoint of that bar, or if somehow we gap down strong tomorrow and start lower, which anything's possible. But for now, it looks like a potential failure breakout. We'll see what happens tomorrow.